Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you all the books that are on my summer break TBR. So I'm officially now on summer break, which is really exciting. I can actually, really focus on the summer on my research, which is really exciting, and I always look forward to the summers because I don't have to worry about classes or anything like that. So it's really good that I can just totally dedicate all my time to my research, but it also means I can dedicate a lot more time to my reading as well, which is really exciting. So here are books here that are on like my top of my summer TBR that I would like to, finish reading by the end of August when school starts. So this is kind of like my summer break TBR goals. And so yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So this is one that I'm actually thinking of making it one of the book club picks. So if you guys are interested, let me know down below. And it is Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe by Heather Weber. And I think I think it might have some magical realism, but I could be totally wrong. Don't quote me on that. But it looks like it's about this girl who goes back to bury her grandmother in this really small town, and her grandmother was the owner of the Blackbird Cafe, and while she's there I think she ends up kind of falling in love with this town. And so it says, despite her best intentions to avoid forming ties or even getting to know her father's side of the family, Anna finds herself inexplicably drawn to the quirky southern town her mother ran away from so many years ago, and the mysterious blackbird pie everyone can't stop talking about. So I think this one sounds really interesting. I think it'll be like a nice kind of contemporary to read during the summertime, just something light and fluffy, and I think this cover is just beautiful, so I'm really excited to pick this up. But like I said, if you guys are interested in this maybe being one of the book club picks, let me know, and I will make sure I save that for the July-August one. So this one is technically an author that I want to be caught up with all the books of his that I own, and it is Fredrik Backman. I really love the Beartown, I guess, trilogy it's gonna be now, and I really have fallen in love with his very whimsical writing. So I have 3 books here of his that I haven't read yet, and I want to, get caught up with before school starts. And so the first one is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry, A Man Called Ove, and Britt-Marie Was Here. And I'm really excited for this. I think, is it Anxious People is his newest release, but I'm going to wait for it till that one comes out on paperback before I pick that up. But before then, I want to kind of finish up his other works of his that I own that I haven't read yet. But I love his writing style. I think it's very beautiful, whimsical, and it is just really, his books can really make you cry. So I have to just emotionally be prepared to kind of be sad while reading this, but they have beautiful quotes in here, they have a beautiful message, and so despite the emotional trauma this will cause me, I'm still very much looking forward to these. Alrighty, so next up I have The Scent Keeper by Erica Bauermeister, and this one just seems really summery to me, like just looking at this cover, but I'll quickly read the back because I don't think I can do a good synopsis. So it says, Emmeline lives on a remote island with her father, who teaches her about the natural world through her senses. What he won't explain are the mysterious scents stored in glass bottles that line the walls of their cabin, or the origin of the machine that creates them. As Emmeline grows, however, so does her curiosity, until one day the unforeseen happens and Emmeline is bolted out into the real world, a place of love, betrayal, ambition, and revenge. To understand her past, Emmeline must unlock the clues to her identity, a quest that challenges the limits of her heart and imagination. So I don't know, this one sounds interesting. It kind of reminds me of Where the Crawdad Sings, kind of, girl on like an isolated out in nature, and just kind of her story. So I think this one will be really interesting, and just like these mysterious scents that are kind of lining the walls, like I can just totally kind of picture this, cabin and surrounded by nature with these mysterious glass bottles. But yeah, I think this one sounds very interesting, and it looks very summery too for the cover. So again, this is another kind of light contemporary read that I think would be a lot of fun. So this should come as no surprise to you guys if you've been watching my channel for a while, but I've made it my goal to marathon and get caught up with this series, and it is the Inspector Mosh series by Louise. So these are the remaining 4 books that I own in paperback that I haven't got to yet. So I'm almost done one, and then I have one more, and then I have these 4. So I think it is doable to get these done by the end of August. I think I've been going, especially now, 2 books a month with this series. It's honestly fantastic. And I think there was one that came out last year as well, so there'll be a paperback for that one coming out as well, which is exciting. But yeah, I really love this series and it really is truly fantastic. So if you're looking for a new crime series to marathon, I highly recommend this one. I think there's like 16 out now, so you have a lot of material to work with. But the general premise of this series, it follows Inspector Mosh, who's head of homicide in Quebec, and all of his murders are somehow interconnected to this small quaint town of Three Pines, and they kind of go off from there. But I really love the themes in here of found family and friendship, and how even surrounded by all of this kind of dark kind of, you know, murders and all that, light somehow can end up in that. So I really like those themes of all that stuff. So I definitely want to get caught up with this series in the summer, because like I said, I've been just really honestly so obsessed with this series, and I've been reading like 2 or 3 books of this a month, so I probably could finish this even way before August now that I'm thinking about it. And lastly, this is a nonfiction that I'm really excited about. Actually, I've read 2 of this author's previous works and I really enjoyed it. And so this one is 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. And I think this one sounds really interesting and exciting. He's done a really good job of, he kind of talks about the future of humans in his book Homo Deus, but this one I think is more specifically focusing on like this specific century, which I think will be very interesting. So like it says, disillusionment, work, liberty, equality, community, civilization, nationalism, religion, immigration, terrorism, war, humility, God, secularism, ignorance, justice, post-truth, science fiction, education, meaning, and meditation. And I think it will be very interesting to see what he kind of predicts like will be something that we as a human species need to kind of learn. And like some stuff like here, especially like in terms of like post-truth, some fake news lasts forever, and I think that's going to be very important now, because especially in the United States, everything is kind of crazy right now. But I'm really excited for this. I think he brings really interesting viewpoints to the table, and I'm very curious to see what like he kind of thinks humans kind of need to kind of learn kind of going forward at this kind of current, you know, state of affairs. That's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what some of the books that are on your summer break TBR and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.